18, but I started studying cinema when I was 27. So it was 9 years trying to find the way to become a director. Then, with my second film in my school, I made this short film called The Watch, and then I was suddenly in Cannes Film Festival. For me, it was changed my life, because I think I was all my life like trying to make films, and it's really, in that time it was really hard. I'm 43. Now it's kind of different because everything is digital and blah, blah, but in that time it was not so easy to make films. And after I was in Cannes, I came back. In Argentina, I had attention because I was in newspapers and blah, blah. So people asked me to make my first film, Plan B. And after that, I made Plan B, Absent, and I was in Bernlinnale. I won the Teddy, and it was also really important. And then I shoot almost every year or 2 years, Hawaii, Plan B, Absent, Hawaii, Butterfly, Taekwondo, who won the Sunny Bunny here, the blonde one, Young Hunter is also going to show now in the festival. Then Wally Waichu, the international name is Carnival, is going to be also today. And then I shoot a film now in April. It called, maybe it's going to call in English, horseplay. Horseplay, you know, is when boys, like straight boys, play each other with the dicks. Like they are rugbyers and really strong and homophobic, but they touch the dicks all the time. So this is horseplay. This is the film about. Yeah, this is me. Okay. Yeah? So you have any of you have seen one of my films? No. No, don't worry. It's better, actually, if you see the films, because if not, I'm talking like you don't know.
Then you have your film, it's online, right? The Watch, the Cannes Film Festival that you won with?
I didn't win. It was
you participated? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The 15-minute one?
Yes.
Would you like to show it to our audience?
All the short?
Yeah.
Do you want? Or
yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Okay. While our team uploads it, let's just tell us the pre-story of how you created that film. And you say that you've been trying to do film, and then you did The Watch, and then bam, you did Cannes, and then everything else started.
Okay.
So what you think is an advice you would give on the path to your first film? Because we talked about this earlier at the panel in the morning. So.
Okay. I think we can discuss some things here. I want you to learn, actually, because you come here to talk about people. Me, I'm making films, so the most important for me is like you understand the way I see the world and the things I have made to become a director, okay? Also, the discussion is about, can I talk a little before
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes. The discussion is supposed to be about queer cinema. And with this subject in particular, I have my two different points of view. In a way, I think it's really good. We have queer cinemas and queer festival and queer prizes and blah, blah. But if you come to this, maybe if you come today to this talk, it's because maybe you want to make also queer cinema, I don't know. For me, you don't have to see queer cinema as queer cinema. You don't have to see as gay films. You understand? I think you have to think in terror films, comedy films. You come to think about, I don't know, arty films, but not gay films. Why? Because nobody is actually asking Woody Allen why he makes straight films. Nobody never think about that. Nobody says, oh, Woody, why you are making a new straight film? Because it's supposed to be normal, right? But everybody asks me, oh, Marco, why you are making gay films? Because I made gay films all my career. And in the beginning, I was kind of, okay, I have to answer that. And I said, I don't know why, because maybe I'm interested, and blah, blah. But in one point, I realized why I have to answer that. I make films. It's nobody is asking the other people what they make straight films. And all straight films. E.T. is straight film. Harry Potter is a straight film. I don't know, all Tarantino films are straight film. So that's why I said it's very confusing, because in one way I really like to have this power, this political power. Okay, Marco Berger always making queer films. It's like supporting the idea of the queer and gay and blah, blah. And it's really good. But actually, it's something I never thought about. It's like, if you ask me why I make queer films, it's like, I don't know, I don't make queer films. I make films. I just show the world the way I see it. And I see it from my point of view, because I'm gay, I fall in love with boys, I have these problems when I was a teenager with boys. Everything around me is like my point of view. So for a director, it's really important first this. You never have to make a film like a queer film to call the attention of other people. To say, okay, now we make a film, a queer film, because it's fashion, or because maybe I'm going to buy to have in a queer festival, or maybe I get this queer prize. Because in that way, it's really wrong. Actually, you never have to make films you never have to think about the other when you make a film. You have to think about, I know I'm changing everything, but everything is actually the same. When you think an idea, you don't have to think, okay, maybe I'm going to make this film so my family likes or the people in the country likes. You have to make a film that only likes you. And only you. You have to imagine you live in a world, it's nobody, and you have a cinema, and you have everything and robots to make a film, so you are going to be the only spectator of your film. And this I discovered with my first film. Actually, we can see maybe my first film.
Okay, which one?
It's A Last Wish.
Okay.
And I think it's really good, and actually it was really good in festival after Cannes, of course. Before Cannes, nobody cares about this film. It was like this, okay, it's not like nobody cares, it was a film. For me, it's actually really good, but you know how this worked. But which is true, I make this film to make people happy in a way. To say, okay, I'm going to make this strong script, I'm going to make this film like really good, in black and white, and it's really strange story, so people it's going to love it, blah, blah. And of course, I was studying, and I knew in my school in Argentina is quite important, I knew in my school some shorts they take for Cannes, for the competition. I was the other year with the second. And I thought, I knew it was a really good film, and I make it for saying, I'm going to go to Cannes with this film. And then never happened. And I was like, wow, so I make this perfect film, and it's really circular, it's black and white, and could be, like a teacher said, oh, this is like Bresson film, and blah, blah. And nothing happened, nothing, what I thought it was going to happen, nothing happened. And I said, okay, you don't have to make films for festivals or for the people. Next film, because I knew I was going to, I won every year the contest in the school. And I knew I was going to win the next year, because you can realize that. You know the people you have around, and you can realize. If you are really smart and you have good scripts and you are really good teachers and blah, blah. So I was not so sure, but I knew it could happen. And it was only 4 films every year. So I said, okay, this year I'm going to make what I really want, and for me, not for nobody, just for me. And it was a story about, The Watch is a story about 2 boys who met in the street, supposed to be straight, because you don't know, just, I cannot tell because of the clothes for people. Sometimes you can, but if it's gay or not. So it's two boys like coming from playing football with the shoes and blah blah. It's really late, and they're waiting for a bus that never comes. So one of them say, "Are you going that way?" And say, "Yeah." Say, "We can share a taxi." And the other guy say, "Okay, we share a taxi." So they go in a taxi. They go down, and they are in the front door. And they say, they don't know each other. They like talk a little. They say, "Do you want to come in?" "Okay." "Do you want to watch TV?" "Okay." Said they watch TV. And then, "Do you want to go to my room?" "Okay." So they get naked, only in underwear, and then hang together in the bed like this. And the time is going, like nothing happened, and suddenly it's like a noise. One of the boys, the owner of the house goes, come back and say, my mother is here. I say, "Okay." So the guy put the clothes, go out, "Okay, bye, and he left. They don't have phone, they don't have email, nothing. So actually, nothing happened in the film, but you know actually what's going on. You know it was desire between these two boys, and it was the beginning. I'm really famous because of the sexual tension in all my films. They say like I'm really good with this because you are in the cinema like this, and people say, "I want them to fuck or kiss or something." I have one film, it's like 1 hour and 40 minutes, only sexual tension, and in the end they kiss, and everybody was like, "I feel like I was in a creepy movie because I know I wanted something to happen, and it was really tense, but actually it was this love." So in the middle of the short, when they are in the bed together, it's a frame where is the underwear of the boy in focus, like really in focus, the bulge. So when I made this, the other students were like, "It's kind of strange, maybe you're crazy, why you want to put the camera in the legs, between the legs of the boy, and why you want to do this frame so sharp, so it's like in the bulge, like the balls." And I said, because it's everything around this, because actually the problem here is they cannot move. They are in the bed, they desire, they like, they are gay, but they don't know the other people is gay, and being gay is very difficult, at least in South America. So it's all the point of the film is the bulge. He cannot, if it's a girl, he's doing like this. Okay, the teeth. And she can say no, or she can say yes, everything. So he cannot move. But everybody, this was really fun. Everybody in my school partners say, no, I don't know it is. Blah, blah. And I say, yeah, it's this, it's like this, it's like this. I made it. And then when I finished, I went to Cannes. And I realized, okay, that's really actually the point. I don't have to do things to people like me. I have to do things to me to like. So that's why it's really important when you make films, it's boring what I'm saying? Oh, it's okay, okay. That's why it's really important. If you have the vision, and if the vision is just naked ladies dancing in the wood and doesn't matter why, so go for it. Because if you are honest with you and you like, it's a lot of people going to like this. I say I have this theory. In the world, you know what is Chinese horoscope? Yes? Okay, they say like this, like 12 animals, right? So I think actually we are kind of this, for real. Not because of if you are good or bad, or if you are boring, or you are happy, or you are party boy. But actually we are not so different. I imagine like all Ukrainian people, you can divide it in 12, and then it's going to be, I don't know how many people is in Ukraine, but imagine it's 12 million people. I know it's more, but imagine it's 12 million people. I think it's 1 million people exactly like her, and is going to like the same films as her, the same taste, the same. So when you make a film, you have to trust this. It's going to be a lot of people like you waiting you for make this film. Like when it happened with Tarantino, also Sharmush. Sharmush, this indie director from USA, in the beginning he was making these films, and maybe he thought, oh, nobody's going to care about my films. And then in time, you know, a lot of people is fan of this work, because we are not so different, actually.
Okay, you decide which one we're watching, the black and white or
Yeah,
the boys.
because it's shorter and...
So it's an old one, so it doesn't have English subtitles. In Italian, it's going to be fine in Italian. Will we understand the context?
I can translate.
I mean, sounds
But
like
it's good quality or not?
Those are old films.
Really
yeah?
bad, right?
Yeah. You decide.
How do you... if you want?
I think we'd like to.
You want? We have time, so... yeah. We can have this pause, we see the short, and then... Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Maybe this light?
А можна ще трошки прибрати світло? Дякую.
The name is... oh, it's really bad quality. He asked the last desire.
No quiere cigarrillo.
¿Y cuál es su última voluntad? ¿Cuál es su última voluntad?
Un beso.
Pero si somos todos hombres.
Sí, mi general.
¿De qué se ríe?
De nada, mi general.
Esto puede ser posible.
Es su última voluntad.
No creo que esto pueda ser posible.
No creo que mi deseo vaya en contra de la reglamentación de fusilamiento.
¿Hay una reglamentación de fusilamiento?
There is an
Proceda a leerlo.
execution rules.
Reglamentación de fusilamiento. El condenado a muerte tiene derecho a una y solo una última voluntad. Segundo, el deseo de última voluntad no deberá contener otro número que el 1 en su oración de pedido. O sea, solo puede pedir un cigarrillo, no 2 ni 3. Tercero, la última voluntad o deseo no deberá exceder un tiempo máximo de 5 minutos. Cuarto, bajo ninguna circunstancia el condenado podrá requerir como última voluntad la anulación del fusilamiento o ningún tipo de dilación. Quinto, la última voluntad deberá llevarse a cabo en un radio de 30 metros del área programada para el fusilamiento. Sexto, si la voluntad no puede llevarse a cabo por algún orden práctico, deberá esta cambiarse inmediatamente o anularse. Séptimo, bajo ningún concepto podrá negársele la última voluntad al condenado en tanto se respete los artículos de esta reglamentación.
Se supone que tenemos que cumplir el deseo.
Sí, mi general.
¿Y quién va a darle el beso? ¿Usted se ofrece?
No, mi general, no. Pero tengo la solución para decidir quién.
The solution.
Me pasa los fósforos, por favor. ¿Cuántos somos?
Conmigo 5.
6. Un general tiene que pasar por las mismas adversidades que sus soldados.
Yo no.
¡Preparen! ¡Apunten! ¡Fuego!
Yeah. Yeah, this is my first film. I have to put in internet like in good quality. I have no
You
time.
should.
Yeah, I know I should. Okay. Well,
What happened to this film?
no, after Cannes and my career and after Berlinale and blah, blah, when they make a retrospective of my work, they use it. I have in good quality, actually. It was 16 millimeters. Yeah, but for me the most important was, I think this is, I think it's really good, but it's cute in a way. The other one, The Watch, it was more aggressive. Because now maybe it's different, but in that time, in 2008, it was not so easy still to be gay, and I think I call attention from people from Cannes because it's the first time I see in a film something like this, because it's always the female you know, as an object. Never a man as an object, like direct. So that's why, and for me it was important because I say, okay, if you follow whatever you want to show, which for other people could say, like my partners in the school, like you are crazy because you're going to shoot a bulge, an underwear is crazy. For me, it was not crazy. For me, it was the meaning of the film, and that's why I think people understood my head in a way. So actually, the talk about today is about queer film. That's why I said it's really, I have two point of view, because in other side, I think it's really good actually to make films to show problematic to the world in a way, to show. It's really good that queer film exists, because if you are gay and you are isolated in a way and you feel nobody understands you, and you see a film like in China, for example. I'm a really strange director because I'm really famous in China, because in China it's forbidden to be gay, like in many countries. So I supposed to be, my films are like in the black market, you know? So a lot of people write me and say, with Hawaii, my third film, and say, I saw the film and I felt like identified. And also I made this, I think, a different wave in queer cinema, because always queer cinema was around the suffering, you know? Around, okay, you're gay, so you get beaten, you're gay, then you suffer, and blah, blah. And it was never like a fresh image of the gay love. So that's why I think Plan B is my first film, and become really quick, like, you know, like cult film, you say? Cult? Yeah, a cult film. If you go to sites, like it's like, okay, in the 10th film, gay is, and there is always a Plan B there. And I think it's because it was a comedy, and it was a love comedy, like all the rules in a typical straight film, like two people know each other and they fall in love, and actually in the end, it finished well. And I think it was really good because all the queer cinema was always around about the problem of being gay. And for me, it was, in a way, kind of not very good, because you are a teenager. If you have 15 and you are gay, and you see, okay, if I'm gay, I'm going to be beaten, or I'm going to have AIDS, or my family is going to cry, and blah, 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 blah. And if you are 15 and you see Plan B, you say, okay, so maybe it's possible to be gay, maybe it's possible to fall in love, and maybe it's possible to have a regular life. So I think this is also kind of political, not always showing the problems of the things. Always, it's also good to show, another perspective, another point of view. So in a way, I'm a political director, because I decide, it's really strange. Another thing that happened with the queer thing, even I was in Cannes with this film, and even I was in newspaper, when I came back, my father know I'm gay since I was 18. And it's, of course, in the beginning it was not so good, but it was then okay, and actually he has all this theory about people being gay in Lord of the Rings. He said, they are gays, two boyfriends, blah, blah, blah. So everything, like, is perfect. And so I was in Cannes, I came back, and even of that, he said to me and said, okay, this short was really good, but now maybe you can make a regular film. Don't try to make all gay films. And I said, really? Are you saying that? Are you really saying that? Like, Papa? And he said, yes, because if you want to grow as a director and blah, blah, maybe you have to close to the gay cinema. And for me, it was, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to make gay cinema. I'm going to make films, and I want to show my point of view. So imagine it's difficult to fight against that. A lot of directors make, maybe his first film is queer, and they become famous, so they become regular or normal in a way. And I was actually also in the critics, really criticizing in the beginning. With my third film, I made Plan B, and it was gay, and it was a success. And then I made Absent, and okay, because I won the Teddy Award in Berlin, and it was a really important prize, Almodovar, and blah, blah, blah. And then my third film, Hawaii, it also was a love story between two men. And in most of the newspaper, it was like, okay, again, the obsession with masculinity, again, the obsession with queer. Like I was upset, and I was, after a year, thinking this Woody Allen theory. It's like, I don't know, I am obsessed. I am an obsessed person. I want to only show dicks and men. And like, no, I want to show my point of view. And after 10 years, I keep following, of course, I didn't care what critics said. They say it was good film, but I was obsessed. So I didn't care about what they say, and I keep making films, like with my way, which is queer, like one. And after 10 years, the most important critic in Argentina, that first said I was obsessed, said to the cinema world, like, which Argentinian director could be as honest as Marco Berger, because he always did whatever he wanted. And it was like, come on. Okay, I really appreciate, because it's true, because I always was really like, okay, I want to do this, and I follow my dream. But in the beginning, it was really strange. Of course, in the middle, people could marry in Argentina, and everything changed. Now, in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, all teenagers are bisexual, so actually everything really changed. But incredibly, also, the critic used me to criticize the rest of the people, because I supposed to follow only my vision, and my vision was in a way queer. That's why I say it's a very opposite kind of thinking, because in a way I really like to be like this political director with a queer point of view, and in other side I said, actually doesn't have to exist this in the future, because if it's now no queer or gay problems in the world, my films, they were like just films, no political, just films. I shoot this, I shoot stories about men, and she is about women, and you about straight people, and blah, blah. So it's only films. But now, still are important, because we're still living in a world where in some countries people die because of being gay. So that's why it's important, in a way, to accept for me to be like a political director. Yeah.
So the question is, are you saying that you are not choosing the LGBT topic? It's just something you're good at, or something that you want your agenda to be to the rest of your director days? Or is it something that you're willing to change and go from queer to normal, as you say it? So why that exactly?
I don't know. In the beginning, I never thought about making only queer films. And I made Plan B and Absent and Hawaii. And I have to say I'm really lucky, because most of my films were really good. Not in audience. I'm not like Tarantino. I'm not famous. But I have a lot of people following my work, and I'm really good with critic and festival and blah, blah. But in the middle, I made Plan B, Absent, and Hawaii. And a lot of people ask me, when are you going to make a normal film? And for me, it was a normal film. What the fuck is this? What is a normal film? I make films. It's supposed to be normal if it's not gay. So I said, I keep doing as long as stupid people ask me if I'm going to make a normal film. So I think I'm going to be never going to make a straight film in my whole life, because it's not going to change. Maybe it's changing, but it's like you think it's not important, but actually it's really important. So it's two ways. In a way, I said, no, I'm going to make queer films only just because to annoy people. It's like, you want normal films? Okay, go find another director. I'm not going to give you normal ever. And also, I said, okay, now I really like to shoot men. I really like to shoot homoerotic films. So also I make films because I like. Because as I said, I'm my first spectator. I make films like if I have to travel in a boat and it's nobody, only me and a cinema, I like to see my films. I prefer to bring my films than Pretty Woman and E.T. So it's like I defend this point of view.
Okay. Then the question is, different subject. Do you think it is possible to properly portray this topic being a non-gay director? So I'm thinking of all the mainstream gay film that I can remember, let's say, Call Me By Your Name by Luca Guadagnino. Yeah. He's very openly gay. Do you think it is possible to convey the problem or the opportunity of being gay?
Yeah, it's really possible. I can make a really... I think actually one of the critics in Argentina say I'm the best love storytelling in Argentina. You know, love storytelling, I'm supposed to be the best. So maybe they hope I make a film with a man and a woman so they can enjoy a beautiful film. So I think I can do it. But the thing is, I don't want to. So I think if I can do straight film, and I think I could do it really well, I think also straight people can make gay films. You have to be sensitive. You have to understand. As long as you see the other and you know the other is different and you know the other have desire different than you, it's like I cannot be angry with her and say, you don't like chocolate, why? You are crazy. It's like, no, she doesn't like chocolate, I like chocolate, and we are different. So as long as you understand it's difference in the world, you can make any film you want, I think.
Okay. What about your film that got Teddy at Berdinale?
Yeah.
Could you tell us more about it? We can watch the trailer maybe first.
This is more related with my career. We show also the... You want to show the trailer first?
Yeah, let's
okay.
Let's do the trailer for Teddy.
And we can show a lot of trailers, so you want to see the films?
Yeah, give us a second.
Yeah. This is absent. Ausente.
¿Y no tenés llave de tu casa? Bueno, te llevo lo de tu abuela y ahí vemos. Igual no te preocupes que solo no te vas a quedar.
Now I tell you what it was.
No, profe, pero la espero acá sentado en la vereda, no se haga problema.
No, vení, subí.
Profe, no me puedo bañar, que estoy todo lleno de cloro.
Mirá, te venís a mi casa. Te armo algo en el living. Lo que sí te pido es que no se lo digas a nadie. Igual sabes que me puedo meter en problemas, ¿no?
Yeah, my second film. This is a film about a boy who damaged his eye in the swimming pool. So the teacher take him to the hospital, and then they fix out. No, actually nothing happened. It's nothing with his eye. So he said, "Okay, I drive you home," and he say, "Yes, I'm with my grandmother." So they go there, and it's not the grandmother in the place. So the teacher realized the boy is 15 and has no place to go, and is late. So he said, okay, come to my place, but don't tell anybody, because it's really bad. You are a minor, I'm an adult. And so he sleeps over in his place. And the next day, the teacher realizes it was a lie. It was actually the family looking for the boy. So all the problem is around this. I wanted to talk about the desire because I think in society we used to deny things. You know, deny is like, also with the gay, we prefer to say, like, doesn't exist. It's like, it's no gay. And also with the teen people, with the problem of the adult and young people being together, you know, like pedophile, you never, in society, you deny the desire of the person. If it's a girl and she's 13, society deny she want to have sex. And it's a lie, because she want to have sex. The problem is, if you are an adult and you have sex with her, you don't have to do that, but she is going to have, she want anyway. So this is a film about that. He is 16, he desire the teacher, and of course, it's not possible, and the teacher doesn't understand and become really crazy, and you have to see the film. But it's about desire. I want to tell you about this film. For me, it was really interesting for my career because the first film I made, it was Plan B. And Plan B, it was released in this big independent festival in Argentina. We made it with $6,000. It was really low budget. And everybody was talking about the film, and the press, everything. So for me, it was really strong. I never expect with my first film to be like so. Yeah, it's like one director said, what happened to you is like everybody dreams, like with your film, like call the attention. But for me, it was really strong. And also the film, it was a comedy and blah, blah. And it happened a little as my first and my second film. I said, okay, this is success with a film. Now I have to do completely the opposite. Because I think in cinema it's really bad to copy the recipe, you know? If you see La Vida Adele, you know, the life of Adele, and you say, okay, I want to make this film, and you take the recipe and you make a new film, you can do it, but it's not very good. And also with me, it was the opportunity to make, okay, I'm going to repeat the success of Plan B, because it could be good. Everybody wants success. And to say, okay, I take the recipe and make a new film. And then I realized I want to make completely the opposite. So because people think I'm Plan B, people think I make comedy and blah, blah. That's why I made the second film so dark. It's like very dark, and it's all in blue, and it's not funny and blah, blah. And it was good, and I think it was good because actually I didn't copy myself. It's a really problem for the people starting, because, yeah, you are afraid to change, or you are afraid, like actors, you make always comedy, and somebody called you and say, you want to make this terror movie? You say, I don't know, because people know me in comedy. So actually it's called like going out of your comfortable zone. And I think it's really good if you go out. Yeah.
Where'd you get the narratives for this, by the way? Like, where'd you get the stories and narratives for your films? For this one, for example.
First, I think you see the world. You see something, you, not me, you. All of you see something. You have a family dinner in Christmas, and you see something. And she doesn't see the same than her sister or the brother. So all of us have different point of view about something. So I think when you make a film, the first thing you have to think about is what I want to talk about, what I want to tell the world about. Or you can imagine you have another, like you are going to make films to Mars, another planet. So say, what I can tell about humanity, for example, to them. So the first is the idea. In Absent, the first idea was, I want to talk about the desire of the young people. Because when I was 13, when I was 14, 15, I could do this with a teacher. I could be the boy in the film. I remember being in the school, And when you are young, you are really afraid to try to seduce a partner, another boy in 15. I don't know why. But you feel more strong to seduce an adult because you think, okay, it's different, maybe you don't going to be attacked or something. So I was really desiring my teachers in school. Never happened, of course, nothing happened. But could happen. So I said, okay, I want to talk about the desire of the young people and why people deny this desire. It's like, no. It's like they are still kids. And it's true they are still kids, but they are genital and they want to have sex, so we don't have to deny. Then I said, okay, now I want to adapt to my world. And I said, okay, I'm going to show the school place I know, my obsession with the teachers, things that I could do, I never did. Actually, one day I spoke with a psychologist, and she said, yeah, you could be the character, but you never did it, so you are not crazy. The boy in your film is crazy because he actually realized the idea, so he went to the apartment of the teacher and slept there, blah, blah. But it's something I think I could do it, something I desire to do it. Or, yeah, I don't know. So first you have the idea, then you have the how you are going to tell. In this place it was, okay, the teacher, the student, the conflict, because always you need a conflict. They say happiness is boring, so nobody is going to cinema to see people happy all the film, drinking ice. So always you need a problem. You always need something to happen to one of the people. And then start writing, and then when I start writing, it's something that I cannot explain. It's like you sit, and it's like you are developing. And for example, in Absent, I have this process. I write like 2-3 weeks, and then I stop with some of my films. I stop, and in the half of the movie, I thought, okay, I'm like trapped. I don't know how to go on. And it was like, and it was 2-3 days, like really, really blank. And then I found the solution for the film, and I cry a lot because I knew I have to change something that I had in my idea from the beginning. I knew it was not my first film, it was no plan B, it was something really different. And when I knew the key for go on with the script, I just wrote all the script and finished. And then I shot it.
The question is then, there are two different ways to proceed with your film. You either write it like you did, and you also edited it, and then you shot it. And there's the other avenue is to hire somebody or find somebody who shares your values. Why do you choose this path? Do you just not trust a screenwriter, or is it too personal? Or what do you think about the outcome and the film itself, if it is made solely by you, that it's so wholeful?
No, actually, in my case, I thought from the beginning, I thought it was different. I had this idea that I could be screenwriter and maybe director. I knew I was really creative.
So you did actor, then screenwriting?
No, I had this idea. I really like to write like short stories.
Okay.
And actually, it was erotic short stories. And in that moment, I hide all this, and now I think it could be really cool. But I knew I have these ideas. I knew I have like not. Well, I think it's very different. It's very difficult to me to talk about this, but because it could be like really ego, like my ideas. But it's true. I knew I had good ideas, and I knew I could find a way to write them. And in my first 2 films, I think I was learning to shoot, so maybe I was in the watch, for example, I think in the other competition in the school, I think it was maybe more stronger directors in Cannes, like with the camera and blah blah. And my film, I think, is not so good as I want, but I think the script was really smart. So then I made this short film, and I came back and okay. A director was born because I was in Cannes and blah, blah. So I have to shoot a film now. I have the script from Plan B. I wrote it before I was 30. I'm 43 now. Because I wanted to shoot a feature film before I was 30, so I had like in my drawer, and I say, okay, let's make this film. The producers read it and love it. That's why we shoot it. And in that moment, we make the film, I told you, with $6,000. We didn't pay anybody, just friends from school and actors I knew. These two actors from the White and Blight, they are the main character in my first film. And so it was so low budget that I couldn't pay for an editor. But I did it, like for hobby. I said, okay, I'm going to edit my film. And then with the second one, it was the same. It was much more money. The producer, because of the success of Plan B, put 50, it's low money anyway, but it was much more money. It was 50,000 euros. And he said, okay, now you edit the film, because you did it with Plan B. So it's not like I didn't trust people, like happened with Plan B and Absent. And Absent, it was in Bерлінале, and I won the Teddy, and then my third film, I said, nah, now it's not point to pay anybody to do it, because now I learned how to do it, and that's why. It's not like I wanted to, because actually I could be an actor also. I was studying 9 years and never play in my films. So it wasn't no like I want to do everything. But I like to write, I like to direct, and then I did the editing of my first two films, and then I never stopped. When I could pay other people, I thought it was not necessary. Yeah.
What about the funding for Absent and then your upcoming films? Do you find it from private donors or state funds, and how easier or harder it makes it if film is an LGBT topic?
No, actually, for me, it's still difficult being LGBT topic. The two most important companies in Argentina, like they could make my films, they deny, because they think like it's okay, it's queer, they think like it's something different. So I had to make this. I made all my career, I made 9 films, but only 2 of them with the money from the state in Argentina. So I made 7 films like really independent, like funding, I don't know, the third, Hawaii, it was crowdfunding, like people around the world, I put money because they were fans of my first 2 films. So I made the film like this. The Blonde One and Taekwondo, the both films that won here the Sunny Bunny, it's also independent, like saves. Because I know when I make a film with a low budget, I can have the money back, because it's a market, and yeah, the films go everywhere, so I get money back. Yeah.
So your films go everywhere, you get the money back. Is it also online revenue that you get, or you get to cinemas properly?
No, I was in the cinemas. For example, with the Blonde One, it was really funny because it was really, really cheap film. And anyway, it was in the cinemas in Paris. So you go to the cinema and you see my film. But in my country, for example, as being a low-budget film, I don't have money to release the film. You need money to put poster everywhere and blah, blah. So it was only one cinema, 2 weeks. And in France, it was like 2 months in all the countries. So it depends of, yeah.
Do you do that yourself, or does anybody help you with promotion? So you've made the Blonde One, and then do you find distributors? How do you get in touch? Or they got in touch with you because of Bellinalle and your reputation? What's the way? For me, it's easier because if people know I'm making a film, they ask for the film. Sometimes I have a sales agent, and I know I'm working with this guy, and I receive email like, Marco, I know you are making a new film, so please, when it's ready, send me. And yeah, I'm lucky. So yeah. Okay. Do you have any question also? You can keep asking me. Yeah, absolutely.
But I want to know if you have any question. I know it's difficult because you haven't seen my work. So, but you can ask me as when I was a student, or how I make independent film, or also the queer subject, or whatever you want to know.
Okay, any questions from the audience?
Yes.
Oh, there's a mic.
Hello, do you think you could film also lesbian movies properly?
What?
Lesbian movies.
I'm not so sure.
But you,
I'm
you
not so
told
su-
you are pretty sure you could make straight movies, so...
Yeah, but the lesbian audience is really strong. They are really, I have to be perfect. No, I don't know. I think I could do it, but I think it could be, could be very critic, because I know the way, it's going to be like this, the answer. I know the way gay people fall in love, because it was my life, no? I know the way straight people fall in love, because it's like normal in the world, and it's so many films about this. But the love between two women, I'm not so sure. So maybe I should translate, like put in my head 2 men and change for 2 women, and I think could be a really beautiful world film. Sorry. And I'm gonna love it, but maybe the lesbian audience is going to think it's not like this with us. I don't know. Because actually I make lesbian love my films because I think my stories are really, I play like I'm a lesbian in a gay male body because I don't use like to be like the regular gay way, like disco and alcohol and just fuck and buy, and I really fall in love really fast, and supposed to be like this in women. In Argentina, for example, they are always like, hi, nice to meet you, come to live with me. So we are a couple now, so I used to be like this. But I think I don't do it because of the fail, if I could fail. I don't know how it's sexual tension between 2 women. I actually don't know how it works. Because between 2 men, for example, in Argentina, the sexual tension between 2 men is really difficult because you cannot hold hands with a man, for example. And with a woman, you can hold hands in the street. Or you can go to a party and you can have 2 girls like sitting here and the boy sitting, another girl sitting here, and it's normal. It's like nobody cares. And then when I was in school, it was really normal, the girls kissing each other to like call the attention of the boys. But no boys. Never have that boys kiss each other to call the attention of the girls, or you cannot sit here in the leg of a friend or walk. So it's so different that I could be afraid of failing, failure, you know? So if I have like the community say, come on, do it, I could do it. But I always say, I prefer to appear in Argentina like a strong lesbian director or a strong trans director or strong fairy, you know, fairy? Like fairy power, you know, marica power, you know? Or not? Like fairy movement. Like I'm fairy and I'm proud, you know? Okay, so I said have to be like a very fairy director to make this, because you have to talk about you. I think, what do you know? I cannot make a film about a problem in softball because I don't know. I can make a film about the locker room in softball, but knowing the sport, you know? So I think you have to, it's not like a recipe because we are all different. Maybe you can do it. Maybe you can shoot a film about problems in China, even you are here. But I think I'm capable to talk about what I really know. That's why I think I could speak about straight love, because I have my brother, I have all his histories, and I have seen Pretty Woman and all the straight films. But only for that, not because of prejudice, you know? Is the answer okay? I'm really crazy, right?
Okay, any more questions? Then I have a quick question about the sort of left-leaning context of the world now, and that more is becoming, more and more open, and people are much easier with the topic. How much?
In Latin America.
Just generally in the world, so it's getting much easier. How much do you experience that, and how much? Second part of the question: how much do you think you've changed the topic in Argentina thanks to your films? Because I've saw a lot of discussions online saying that directors like you are basically changing the social context and liberate the youth. So maybe any examples of just stories, or what's your take on how LGBT is changing?
Can really change,
Okay.
yeah. That's why I think it's a really important political issue. If you use the issue to want money or want an Oscar, blah, blah, okay, you can do it. But I think you have to do it if you are honest. If you think the queer is still a problem and you want to talk about, you have to make a film. And you have to show why. Because, you change the... For me, I told you that my first film was really strong, Plan B. It was really, really strong. And in a way, I felt like it was, like I had a kid, and the kid, when can go around and you cannot control anymore. It's like you cannot control a kid. It's like, okay, now it's walking around and okay. So I have the same feeling with Plan B. I made Plan B, and suddenly it was on festival, blah, blah, and one day it wrote me a guy from, I don't know, I don't remember. It was kind of Hungary. How do you say? Hungary. Hungary. Budapest. A man wrote me, okay, oh, Marco, thank you very much. I left my wife because of Plan B. And I was like, no, where is my kid? What is doing? So it's really strong. You can actually change. And also one of my best friends in Argentina, I also drama teacher, but for cinema, like cinema drama teacher. So he come to the cars, we become friends, and he said, one day we were like, we become friends, and he said, I have to tell you something. I said, what? I said, I became gay because of you, because I saw Plan B, and I realized it was possible. Like, why I have to lie? So I think it's really a way to change. That's why I also made Plan B, because one day I was really critical because I said I never made Plan B for gay people. I said, oh, you didn't make Plan B for gay people? And I said, honestly, no. I know gay people love the film, but I made Plan B actually for homophobic people. So yes, because you see the film and it's like you understand why we are gay. Like, we are not gay because we like to suck cock. We like that, but we are not gay for that. We are gay because we fall in love with the same gender. And this is more important. So when people say Plan B, and it's so slow, the film, and it was cooking this love really, and also in the beginning of Plan B, it's a trick. Because actually, it's a film about a boy who discovered the ex-girlfriend has a new boy. So he tried to become friend of him to destroy the couple. And when they become together, he listened, this boy, it was with another boy. It's like a rumor, like a gossip. So he said, this is the best idea. This is the Plan B. The Plan B is to make this boy fall in love with me. So then he is going to dump the girl, and I go with the girl, and I'm happy, and fuck the boy. And in this, so you see a film and you say, okay, it's a straight film, and it's really funny. And then, with the film, you are realizing before the actor that he is falling in love. The guy with the Plan B is falling in love. Actually, one day, the critic said, this is the film where the audience realized before the characters the problem. It's like you see the problem before they see the problem. And that's why I think it's so slow, the film, and in the end, you want them to be together before anybody. So you change your way of seeing it, because you are straight and you say, I want them to be together. And it's not my idea of gay being in a swimming pool and just kissing for molesting us. No, it's real love. It's actually happening there. Yeah. So I think you can change people's mind, yes.
Okay, do you have any more questions from the audience? Okay, then I think we can wrap up. Good luck to you being the jury of the Sunny Bunny competition this year. I really hope it's a strong selection and we're going to have proper winner this year.
So no more questions?
Okay.
Yeah,
that's the one.
I know. People is really shy.
I want to know your opinion about the being ready of the post-Soviet Union countries to accept LGBT line in their cinema. Because nowadays, like even like in the post-Soviet Union countries here, when we go to the cinema, we see no films with these lines. They are prohibited.
Here also in Ukraine.
Yeah, like it's very like rarely you have an opportunity to see exactly at the cinema.
But sorry, is that distribution problem or is actually forbidden?
Oh no, it's just about the mentality of people.
The mentality, I mean, of people, and I guess because of this, we don't have the films like at the cinema, because the community is not ready to accept it, and that's why we have like
I don't know.
Cinema.
I think it's like you have to keep working. You have to keep doing things. I dream when I was a child or a teenager to try to change, and it's like kind of it's a matter of time. I think you have to be patient. You have to ask for. You have to. I don't know. Some people are some activists, so they say, okay, we don't go to the cinemas until it's a queer film, or I don't know. You have to try to convince also people, it's not gay people. In Argentina, for example, the most important parade, it was when straight people realized they have to go also. It's like, it's not like gay community having fun. It's like we support the situation and we support the community, but it's really slow. I don't think it's anything you can. Maybe if you have this, or maybe you can make a film about this. Maybe you can you can show how it feels going to the cinema and you never see anything, any identification, you know? Like in this film, when it's forbidden to lie. You know this film, when you cannot lie, so it become a comedy. I don't know. But I think it's not very good. It's not like in Argentina you go to the cinemas and you see queer films everywhere. It's not like this. In France, for example, my films are released, but you have to go like on arty cinema. It's not like you go to eat popcorn and you see my film. And it's not because of, I think it's going to change. It's going to change. But people have when they realize it's also a business, it's going to change also. You know, gay people is really famous in the world. We gay people are really famous in tourism. When you go around the world, because
tourism.
Yeah, because they know you have money. So when they realize you have money, I say, okay, it's gay-friendly hotel, gay-friendly restaurant. So it's going to happen. But I think it's a matter of time.
Can it be the question that, for example, like actors, they are not ready to talk about their like sexual...
Yeah, I know.
Like line, maybe because of this?
Yeah, it's really difficult to be gay in the world. It's not easy. So people, when you are gay, if you're an actor and you say you're gay, people is going to tell you, you're not going to work as a straight anymore, or blah, blah. And it's really strange, this. Actually, the society is really cynical, you know? Because if you kill people, nobody's going to think you are a killer. Nobody is going to think, this guy from Joker. Nobody's going to think, he is actually crazy. But if Brad Pitt makes a gay film and it's really good, people is going to think, maybe he's gay. I don't know why. So if you can be gay and you can be straight and play gay, but if you are gay and want to play straight, it's like, no, why? It's crazy. But society is like this.
Actually, I guess that actors, they are not ready even like to play, because we have the mentality and the idea that if the actor does its role really cool, the audience, the society thinks that the person is in his real life the same, and they start like hating and blah 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 blah. So also like they have this like chasing, and they are not ready for it because they understand that this character can like spoil their future career.
Yeah. But it's crazy because they think he's gay because he played gay, but they don't think if you kill, they're going to kill you. So it's with the gay. It's something with the gay. I don't know where. This is not even a discussion about cinema. It's a discussion about, I don't know where it was born, this idea of like we are danger or something. I don't know why. But happened, and it's really strong. And but it's not the only problem. It's a problem with feminism, with the role of the woman. You go to a work and you have less salary than a man, and why? If you are the same. So I think it's going to change. We call it in Argentina like the patriarcado, like, and it's going to fall down someday. But yes. But we all try to make a small change. I try to make my change with cinema, but it's not easy. It's like the system. It's like, who is the system? Is the president? Is the political? You cannot reach it. It's like, it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you for today's conversation. My question is about representations in pop culture. How do you see this when someone like Disney tries to make representation of gay people and they make a big announcement? So
actually, it's really good. In the beginning, I was really worried about this subject. What happens if tomorrow Disney make a gay prince or blah blah? But anything that happens is good. If it now is fashion to wear a T-shirt like pink, okay, it's good anyway. In the beginning, it's like with the Che Guevara. You know Che Guevara from Argentina? A lot of people say, now capitalism take the Che Guevara and sell it in T-shirt. And I say, but it's better because at least one is going to ask, who is this boy? What happened? I want to know about the history. So anything that happened around queer or gay, even it's really small, because it's this theory in this Icelandic film. How is the name? From Disney. It's come on, all the girls have the dresses in
Frozen.
Frozen. They have this theory in Frozen. She is lesbian because she doesn't want to get married, so she's okay, even it's Disney. It's better than for once in one movie, one princess doesn't want to get married with a boy, and it's maybe really small, but it's something. So I think it's anything that it's even is small is changing. Also in television, it was 10 years ago, like this representation for transgender and blah blah, and it was people saying, no, maybe, but it's not well represented. Okay, it's not very well, but it is at least. You are a kid and you open the television and you see a trans person. Maybe it's an actor with a dress, but it's better than nothing. So 10 years ago, it was an actor with a dress. Now it's a transgender person playing a transgender. And also in Argentina, we have now a transgender playing like a real woman having a kid, and so it was the first time in history in Argentina that a trans person is playing a woman. But I think everything that happened around is good. If today I'm really, really happy, for example, Harry Styles is painting his nails and saying, yeah, because it's pop culture, and maybe in your place you want to listen to Mozart, Beethoven, blah, blah, and you don't care about Harry Styles. But it's changing. This attitude, not trying to be a macho man, trying to, even is money and blah, blah, but it's okay. It's better than nothing. It's like when in Madonna in the 80s, naked around and blah, blah, and now it's like everybody's naked around. So, but she was the first. So everything you do, even if it's really small, you are changing a little. You are changing. Yes. It's like I say to my friends, if you don't hold your hand's boyfriend and you don't kiss your boyfriend in Buenos Aires in the street, it's never going to happen. It's like, but nobody does. Yeah, but you have to do it, and you have to be the first, and then you have to do it to become normal. But after 10 years, it's normal. Now you kiss in Madrid, in the street, and nobody sees you. And if you say, hey, look at me, they're going to try to understand why you are asking. So because it becomes normal. But you have to be the first. You have to be the first kisser. You have to be the first holder. So it's like step by step. Break the ice. Yeah.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Okay. Any more questions? I think we're good.
Okay, thank you very much. It was really interesting for me to be here with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Marco. Good luck with the competition of Sunny Bunny. It's actually one of the first proper LGBT competition within film festivals in the world. Very surprisingly. So we have problems, but we're working on them. Okay. Thank you very much.